part with.
7:45 now?
It is one of the best things I have ever done. And why is it so? Because while I was still painting it, Dorian Gray sat beside me. Some subtle influence passed from him to me, and for the first time in my life I saw in the plain woodland the wonder I had always looked for and always missed. Basil, that is extraordinary. I must see Dorian Gray. Hallward got up from the seat and walked up and down the garden. After some time he came back. Harry, he said, Dorian Gray is to me simply a motive in art. You might see nothing in him. I see everything in him. He is never more present in my work than when no image of him is there. He's a suggestion, as I have said, of a new manner. I find him in the curves of certain lines, in the loveliness and subtleties of certain colors, that is all. Then why won't you exhibit his portrait? Asked Lord Henry. Because without intending it, I've put into it some expression of all this curious artistic idolatry, of which, of course, I have never cared to speak to him. But he knows nothing about it. He shall never know anything about it. But when the world might guess it, and I will not bare my soul to their shallow, prying eyes. My heart shall never be put under their microscope. There's too much of myself in the thing, Harry, too much of myself. Poets are not so scrupulous as you are.
If you want to listen to the stream we're listening to, but directly, it is my partner streaming. Her address is twitch.tv/Siri, and you can tune in and get great audio quality instead of listening to my stream.
We live in an age when men treat art as if it were meant to be a form of autobiography.
Me and Ev is just hanging out here.
We have lost the abstract sense of beauty. Someday I will show the world what it is.
Because if we're inside,
the world shall never see my portrait of Dorian
his speaking will be picked up by the microphone.
Wrong, Basil.
So we're kind of
I won't
hiding.
argue with you.
We are.
It's only the intellectually lost.
How do you say?
Argue. Tell me, is Dorian Gray very fond of you?
We're sent away.
Richard considered for a few moments. He likes me, he answered after a pause. I know he likes me.
You're a little cold.
Of course, I flatter him dreadfully. I find a strange pleasure in saying things to him that I know I shall be sorry for having said. As a rule, he is charming to me, and we sit in the studio and talk of a thousand things.
So
Now and then, however,
I think we're gonna have to cut the stream now.
Thoughtless.
Go in and make him some evening porridge.
Then I feel, Harry,
Brush his teeth.
I've given away my whole soul to someone.
And put him to bed. Maybe read him a story. Oops.
Days in summer, Basil, are apt to linger, murmured Lord Henry. Perhaps you will tire sooner than he will. It is a sad thing to think of, but there is no doubt that genius lasts longer than beauty. That accounts for the fact that we all take such pains to overeducate ourselves. In the wild struggle for existence, we want to have something that endures, and so we fill our minds with rubbish and facts in the silly hope of keeping our place. The thoroughly well-informed man.
How are you doing, Westrom?
It's like a bric-a-brac shop, all monstrous and dust, with everything priced above its proper value.
I hope life has been treating you well.
Someday you will look at your friend and he will seem to you to be a little out of drawing.
I feel like... Oh, need to chase Evan. I feel like having a baby was way harder than I could ever have imagined. Just need to make sure he doesn't go out on the road. That's probably what he wants to do. And I feel like I'm just getting back on track as a human. You live in Mariestad? Epic. We are actually looking for a house. And I've been looking at a lot of houses in that area. So if I move to Mariestad, north or south, then we could be neighbors, no? Need to go fetch Ebbe. I think he wants to eat gravel. You don't want to be on a soft blanket. If you get to decide whatever you want to do. He wants to crawl on the gravel. It's not a big city, no, that's true. We are looking for a place on the countryside. Like, we have been living here for 3.5 years, 4 years. and it's been fantastic. Absolutely love it. Don't want to change. So we're looking for something as similar as possible. We live in this house, the small one, and my parents used to live in the big one. My parents sold the whole farm, and we are renting now from the new owners, but looking to move. I think your digestive system is not going to appreciate all those rocks ever. And he's also he really likes the car, so he keeps going to it. Can Daddy get those rocks? Do you have more of them in there? There was just one?
Of those virtues for whose
There was just
exercise
one?
there was no necessity in their own lives. The rich would have spoken of the value of thrift, and the idle grown eloquent over the dignity of labor.
Chat.
It was charming to
Take care.
that.
I'm gonna
I'm
go and put him to bed.
Idea seemed to strike him.
I'm gonna raid
He
Siri,
turned to Hallward and said, "My dear fellow, I have just remembered."
so you can keep listening to this lovely audiobook if you
Who
want
was
to.
it? Asked Hallward. with
Have a
sad
good evening.
frown.
See you next time.
It was at my aunt, Lady Agatha's. She told me she had discovered a